Hello, welcome to the Villages, Florida. My name is David. I'm a realtor with Florida Realty Investments, and I can be reached at DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. Every week, we take a look at the real estate market in the villages specifically, and we touch on real estate generally, give you some idea as to what's happening here. Couple of things to note. First, we produce this every week. Make sure you check the date to ensure that you're getting the most recent information. Secondly, all of this information is drawn from the MLS, the Multiple Listing Service, does not include any properties listed on the VLS, the village's own internal listing service. For that reason, if you are looking to buy a home in the villages, you really should employ two brokers. Without a VLS broker and an MLS broker, you will not be able to see all of the properties that are on the market. Why use me, you might ask? Well, I focus on data, and if you are trying to buy a home here in the villages, I will help you to determine what might be the best deal in your price range. If you are trying to sell a home, I will advise you as to what price would yield your maximum return in a minimum period of time. So, with that out of the way, let's take a look at what's happening in the real estate market this week. This week, we're going to continue something new. We first are going to take a look at what's happening with interest rates, and then we're going to take a look at the villages specifically, i.e., which is the most expensive home in the villages, which home is the least expensive home in the villages, and starting this week, which home has seen the greatest percentage price reduction over the last 7 days. So let's start. As always, we start by taking a look at interest rates, and this is a chart showing daily bars for the government 10-year bond yield. In other words, the higher this price, the higher the yield on the government 10-year bond. And you can see that we are still hovering around 23-year highs, both in bond yields and in mortgage rates. If you refer back to a show we did 2 weeks ago on the 28th of August of 2023, you can see an Excel spreadsheet demonstrating the effect of interest rates on real estate prices, payments, and values. The increase in interest rates is almost certain to affect real estate values nationwide. Will they affect prices in the villages? It's hard to imagine that we won't be unaffected by them. I thought it would be interesting to take a look at seasonality here in the villages to get some idea as to which months saw the most activity. So I pulled together this graph which shows sales by year and by month. 2021, you can see in the magenta line, is where we saw dramatic increases March through July. Looking at the rest of the graph, excluding 21, it doesn't look as if seasonality plays a great part in the number of sales that take place every season here in the villages. So let's now take a look at the least expensive and most expensive homes in the villages. We're currently looking at a map displaying the location of the least expensive home in the villages. It is priced at $179.56 a foot, currently $260,000, marked down from almost $289,000. It's a two-bedroom, two-bath, and it's been on the market for 125 days. There are people who don't think that price per square foot is the most accurate measure. I disagree, but to give you an idea as to other measures, on an absolute basis, the least expensive home in the villages currently is $153,000. It's a two-bedroom, two-bath manufactured home. It's priced at just under $109 a foot. If you want to consider the least expensive single family home, that is priced at just under $210,000, a one bedroom, one bath, priced at $226.50 a square foot. But as I said, this home, whose location I'm displaying on this map, is priced at just barely over $179 a foot. It appears to be one of the better deals in the villages currently. On the other side of the spectrum is this home, the most expensive home currently for sale in the villages. It's priced at just under $2.7 million. It's been on the market for 84 days. It's a five-bedroom, four and a half bath, and it's priced at $494.50 a square foot. And something new that we're starting this week, we're taking a look at the home that has had the greatest percentage price reduction over the previous week. It is this home. It has been reduced by $60,000 from $299,000 to $239,000, just over a 20% reduction. Currently, it's priced at just under $209 a square foot. Now we'll take a closer look at how the Villages real estate market is shaking out this week. As of today, the 11th of September 2023, there are 282 active listings compared to 287 last week, and this compares to 195 active listings for the same week last year. As of today, prices for a home in the Villages range from $153,000 to just under $2.7 million. This graph shows us the median listing price per square foot for all of the listings here in the Villages currently. This week it's down very slightly to $259.57 a foot from $260 a foot last week, and still quite a dramatic change from the $270 that we saw the same week last year. Here's a more in-depth look at all of the listings currently available in the Villages. This breaks the listings down by price segment and shows you what the number of listings were in each price segment over the last 5 weeks. This week, in the most active price segment, the $300,000 to $500,000 range, there are 177 listings. Here we take a look at all listings and how long they've been on the market. The median time on the market for all listings this week is 48 days compared to 50 days last week, and this compares to 41 days as a median time on the market for listings the same week last year. And this is our last look at the totality of listings. This shows us how many listings have been on the market for 100 days or longer. As of this week, 67 of the 282 listings meet that criteria, which is 24% of all listings, same percentage that we saw last week. Now we turn our attention to new listings and homes that went pending over the last 7 days, get some idea as to how much new supply is entering the market and how much supply is leaving the market. Last week there were 35 new listings and 35 homes went pending, almost exactly the same. Similarly, the week prior there were 27 new listings and 26 homes went pending. A year ago, 21 new listings and 24 homes went pending in the same weekly period. If we take a closer look at the new listings, we can break them down into price segment. You can see how many new listings there were in each price segment over the last several weeks. In the most active price segment this week, the $300,000 to $500,000 range, there are 22 new listings. Now we'll turn our attention to the pending home sales. The price per square foot on the homes that went pending over the last 7 days plunged dramatically from $247.95 to $234.96. We haven't really seen a number close to $235 since a year ago. Currently $234.96. A year ago this time, homes that went pending were going pending at a median price per square foot of $260.53 a foot. This is a look at how long the homes that went pending over the last 7 days were on the market. They were on the market a median 29 days compared to 33 days the week before and compared to 23 days on the market the same week a year ago. This takes another look at the homes that went pending over the last week to determine what reduction from the original listing price the sellers had to endure. For the last week, the median reduction was a 5.91% decrease compared to an 8.01% decrease the week before. This compares favorably to an almost 8% reduction that was in effect for the same week last year. Now we turn our attention to the homes that sold and closed over the last 7 days. They numbered 30, down from 40 the week before, and about the same as the 31 sales that we saw the same week last year. Homes that sold ranged in price from $252,000 to $605,000. This is a more in-depth look at the homes that sold, broken down by price segment. You can look at every week to determine which price segments are seeing activity. Most recent week, most active price segment, the $300,000 to $500,000 range, 21 properties sold. We look at this graph to see the median sales price per square foot on the homes that closed over the last 7 days. It was $243 a foot, down from $246 the week before, and down from the $251 that was in effect the same week a year ago. And this shows us how long homes that sold and closed over the last week were on the market before being taken off the market. 45 days, the median time. A big increase from the 24 days of the previous week and a big increase from the 27 days that was in effect this same week last year. And here we look at all listings again, this time to see what percentage have reduced their asking price from the original asking price. This week, 52.13% have, compared to 54.36 last week, and this compares favorably to the 55.9% that was in effect a year ago. Keep in mind, though, that properties that are entering the market today are entering them at different prices than they would have a year ago, and hence those properties would have no need for a price decrease. And once again, looking at all listings to see what percent of decrease the listings have seen. The median percentage decrease for all listings in the villages currently is a 4.17% reduction from the original asking price, an improvement from the 4.6% of last week, and about the same as the 4.26% reduction that was in effect this same week last year. So that concludes this week's look at the Villages real estate market. Once again, if you are interested in buying a home in the Villages and would like an opinion or advice as to its value, please reach out to me at DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. Similarly, if you are interested in selling your home and are trying to maximize your return in a reasonable period of time, please reach out to me. Once again, DavidisinFlorida@gmail.com. Hope to hear from you. Take care.